How much down payment do you do when you're buying a home? That's a question a lot of my clients have. Hi, I'm Amol Heda with Keller Williams Bay Estates and author of Thriving Through Ownership. Everyone that I talk to when I'm counseling them for their home buying, they have this question. How much do I make in down payment? And guess what? Every person is different. Their sensitivities are different. Their financial positions are different. And they come from a very different perspective. But when I advise my clients, I advise them by design. And so here is how you go about it. Here is the method. So if you are the one who has over $25 million sitting in your bank and don't know what to do with that money, and the interest that gives you makes you unhappy from the bank, of course you will say that, hey, my money is lying idle. I might as well buy a home full cash. But that's not the approach. So I've done my calculator on myhouser.com. You can go there and run your numbers. But here is my approach. Do the least amount of down payment. Say you're buying a $2 million property. If the lender is willing to give you 10% down payment mortgage, go with it. Now you'll ask why. I have $2 million sitting in the bank. Why am I giving the lender the interest? And that too at 6%, that's what is going on just now? Yet, think once, think twice. Number one, on the first $750K, you get a tax deduction. So, if you are in the 39% federal and 13% state, you are paying 50% in taxes. The first $750,000, I was just calculating yesterday, is $45,000 in interest. Guess what? If you're making $500,000, you drop $45,000 of your income. And so you drop $24,000 in taxes. That cheap? So if you are paying your money as down payment for the first $750K, you are actually giving Uncle Sam the tax break. You are paying that from your own pocket. So it's a no-brainer to have at least $750K as a mortgage. You should not be putting your own money for at least the $750K. Now what about the money that goes over? So the money that goes over, here is how you think about it. That if you were to put that money in treasuries today, we have 5% treasury yields. If you are getting a 5% treasury yield, which is tax-free, and you are paying only 6%, what's the difference between those two numbers? Only 1%. So if you are paying only 1% for borrowing that money from somebody else, would you use yours and let go of the piece of money that you have in your hand and your future opportunities, or would you borrow somebody else's money? So that's what I typically recommend, that borrow the most. And now, people think that tomorrow if I don't have a job, where will I pay my mortgage from? They think tomorrow if something happens, I die, what will my wife pay from? If you had those $2 million in your bank and something happened to you, you would continue to be able to pay the mortgage for a very long time. I call that as security inverted to the best. What do I mean by that? Number one, if you paid down your entire house and the economy crashes and your home goes down from 2 million to 1 million or God forbid 500K, which is what we saw in 2009, what would you do? You lost all that money. And whose money was that? Yours. If you had a lender backing you and if you lost the $2 million became 500K, who lost the rest of the $1 million? The lender. I'm not suggesting strategic default, but you need to live. And you think paying down the house is ultimate security? Think again. So, what you need to do is pay as little down as possible. Keep most of that money. And look, last year my financial advisor gave me a 28% return. Yes, of course, they sometimes blow away and give me minus 15% returns also. But overall, if you look at S&P, it gives you 10-11%. So just think, if you have that money with you when your job is not there, or when you're in difficult times, or when the property market drops, it saves you. Do not invert security. Something to think about. Do you think this makes you think? Let me know. I would love your comments. And if you are there to pay down your mortgages, first talk to me. Thanks for watching. See you on my next one. Bye.